Yo, what's up, family? It's so good to be back. Welcome to a brand new season of your favorite tech show right here on MX24 Tech Today. It was a good long break. I'm so happy to be back. It's so good to be back. My name is Eddie Kumsin, your host. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Eddie Kumsin, ADDYKOOMSON. And also, don't forget to join the conversation on all our social media platforms at MX24GH. You can also send your comments and questions with the hashtag Tech Today. So today, we're going to dive into past and present tech from last year. And of course, what the year has in store for us with gadget releases, tech trends, and many more. Today, we have some rumors that we'll be discussing, I'll introduce my guests for the conversation after this quick commercial break. Okay, so welcome back from the commercial break. You are watching Tech Today live on MX24, and it's time to talk some tech. Today, I have two wonderful friends with me. I have Delpy and Desi. They were fighting over the sitting arrangements, but I don't know. Eventually, I have to start with you. It's been a long time. Over the Christmas break and everything. We haven't been able to discuss things.
Yeah.
So for someone who's watching Tech Today for the first time, just introduce yourself quickly.
Okay, so I'm Delpy. I am a tech YouTuber or tech influencer, micro-influencer. And I'm on Instagram as Delpy1_ and on Twitter as Delpy1_ as well.
Okay, yeah. And Big Man.
So I'm Desi.
Yeah.
I'm a tech reviewer, tech influencer, whichever you want to put it.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Desi_Ocean,
yeah.
Twitter, Desi_Ocean, and anywhere else at Desi_Ocean.
Someone actually asked me what the YT is.
The YT.
Yeah. Is it YouTube?
YouTube, yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So let's just go straight into the conversation. I'm going to start with you, Delpy.
Okay.
So let's just talk about the one that's closest to us. That's Samsung's Unpacked on February 9th. That's literally like a day away.
Yeah.
So what do you know so far about the S22 series?
Okay, so there has been rumors. Obviously, there has been leaks. Samsung themselves have leaked how the device will look like with pre-orders.
Yeah.
So we are seeing an S22, S22 Plus, and the S22 Ultra.
Yeah.
With the S22 Ultra going to be the talk of the day, since we're expecting a whole new design, the merger from the S series to the Ultra series now. So now we would have a Note-like device within the S series Unpacked event. So it won't be a separate event. So now I think the Z series, Dadaba series will be...
those ones are like...
top,
they have specific pay grades for those ones.
Exactly. So we're going to have those ones in August now. So hopefully I'm hyped. I'm expecting much more from Samsung this time around.
Are you happy with the fact that, like, with the whole S Pen, inclusion? But what's actually disappointed me was the fact that the battery capacity actually has been reduced in this one. I don't get the science behind that one.
So I feel like their most focus is on the S22 Ultra.
Yeah.
So I think for the S22 and S22 Plus, they want to try something new.
Yeah.
So probably a reduction in screen size or body ratio and a reduction in the battery life.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will not really have a problem about that because it's not really noticeable. It's about 0.1 inches less.
Yeah.
So I don't think some people actually notice. They just feel it's actually the same device from the previous year.
I personally actually wish I could get an ultra-like powerful device which is smaller. Yeah, because whenever I'm buying an iPhone, I have to go for the Pro Max because I want like the peak performance. But sometimes you are tightening your handset actually. So as we said, I don't think people are going to really pay attention to 0.1 inch. What do you think about the 120 hertz display?
Yes. So if you are using previous devices, maybe from a Note or 10 or 10. S10, you notice the difference because this is much more higher than it. So it's good. It's good that they've introduced something like this for the next series. We've had it in the S21, S22 too. We're also getting the same thing. So it's good. They are following that trend from the next devices they'll actually do onward from now till whenever. So.
But what do you think about the camera setup from what we've seen so far?
I was hoping they were going to stick to the S21 Ultra design. That was the coolest design.
Wouldn't it be boring for you?
Of course.
I feel like we are the same people that would say they didn't really change anything.
It's true. You have a point. Personally, you have a point. Yeah. But that design was wild. I don't know if I'm making the right
It was new.
Yes, it was new. It was cool. I mean, I like the fact that it had to blend with the edge of the device. So it was cool. But then again, I like it. Well, we are yet to see how well they'll perform 108 megapixel lens with 2 telephoto lenses on the S22 Ultra. We're going to look at having very zoomed in pictures with crisp detail than before, and maybe much more picture quality in terms of doing the great work in the
But have you been
department.
satisfied with Samsung's picture quality so far? Let's say from S20, you know, from 2020, like 2 years down the line, have you been satisfied with their camera?
Yeah, there's been improvements. Yeah. There's been improvements. It's very, very good. From the S20, even with the S10, let me be very honest. Yeah. The flagship devices have
They always come packed.
Yes, because even the S7 now, the Samsung Galaxy S7 now, has very great picture quality. Videography. That's actually very true. Yes, so coming from at least that device to now, it's just great. It's crazy. Except for the fact that, you know, sometimes they try to cut some corners to fit in the price. So if you're not going for the highest of the flagship series, you might not experience that, but it's still great. Trust me. Even on my A72, I'm still getting very good.
I was about to say, because even if you pay attention to the A series, you realize that the camera isn't bad. Like it's something, A72, A52, you realize it's something you can actually work with. And now we have the S21 FE, the Fan. I think they started with the S20 FE and then the S21 FE. They are not far. Do you think they're just trying to like create something for everyone with a budget?
Yes, so they want to be, Samsung basically are known for innovation. Yeah. So they do their great things, they do great looking devices. Yeah. Not everyone can afford the high-end devices from the S series and the Z series. So I think they're doing devices for everyone. No matter your budget, you can get something that works for you. Take good pictures, because that's the order of the day. Everyone's taking pictures and videos. So they're doing something that will work for you regardless of your budget. That will still look great for you. So.
Before we even go on, I should have started with this, but what was your favorite, let me say, top 3 tech releases last year?
So I thought it was going to be one.
Yeah.
So, I'll start with Steam Deck.
Okay.
So Steam Deck is supposed to rival Nintendo Switch. Is that the name? Yeah. So it's supposed to be a game console, but this doesn't only give you the experience of a game console. You're also going to get something like you can even install Windows on it and use it as well. That's very great. It's not, pre-orders haven't gone out yet, but they announced it last year. I think somewhere 23rd of this month we are supposed to see pre-orders now. And my second interesting piece of tech will be the Fpv Drone from DJI. That gives you a first-person view of how it looks like. That came last year. Great piece of tech. I've never had my hands on one yet, but I love how it looks like. The last one will probably be the Google Pixel 6 Pro or 6 regular. I don't know. Any of them. It's just the Google Pixel 6 series came with quite a very new and refined design with some great, interesting tech, like the Tensor chipset, like this, doing very well, and more. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Actually, the 6 Pro, so I was on Twitter, I follow quite a couple of tech people, and when I saw the pictures that phone actually produces, it's insane. Like, it makes me feel like, should I go in for Google Pixel every time? Honestly, almost every week when I see those things, I want to like, should I? Anyway, let me come to you this one.
So for me, let me see, the first one would be a smart tag.
Okay.
It's actually useful. So a smart tag from Samsung, that's what I have.
I have that on my car key.
Yes.
Always helps me.
Same thing.
Very
so
forgetful.
I lose a lot of things, like my pen drives, my keys. I have 2 on each of them. When I lose them, I can actually find them with my smartphone. So that's something that's really great. The next one is a gaming console. So you remember the Game Boy? The Game Boy Color, Game Boy Black and White. Now we have a more modern one. That's the analog pocket. Essentially, you can play all your games, your previous games on it in HD quality. LCD panel, modern tech for now. And the last one would be, let me see, would it be a phone? Yes, the iPad mini.
Okay.
Yes, when I saw it, the size fits perfectly for me. I don't like devices that are too big because I feel like carrying a big iPad is stress for me. Something smaller that has the modern tech inside, the A15 Bionic, new cameras, iPad OS. So that's something that's good for me. It's small, fits my hand. It's good.
I was very interested in the iPad Pro until I saw the price. I was like, I could legit buy a MacBook with this. That didn't make sense to me. But yeah, I'm happy for the people that could afford it. So now let's go into Apple. You know, it's been rumored that they are going to release the SE, the 5G. As you said, they've tagged the 5G on it. For me, from what I say, I think it's just they are just deploying that to crash Samsung's launch. Because I remember very well that when Samsung released S20 FE, that was just when iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 series had been released, just come and crash the whole course. You know, but with the specs and everything that we've seen so far, what do you think about that?
Honestly, I'm not excited about it because this is an old design.
Same.
It's an old design. Change it. At least give us something.
It's like an iPod.
Give us something a bit more. If you're just taking the A15.
Do you feel like it was rushed?
Something on that sort, because why should you be doing the same design basically in 2022? So you're taking the A15 Bionic, putting it in this that will enable you to do the 5G. Apart from that, it's the same device, more like an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this should even exist in the first place. They should just change the design, give us something new. We need something new from them, basically.
That's the thing.
The world is moving forward. New things are coming. New designs are coming.
Yeah.
So we need something new from them.
Do you think their competition is kind of dictating their pace now? Because we were having a conversation before this, and I was telling you, I felt like Apple was always the standout brand. Like, they don't care what Samsung is putting in their camera, they don't care what Huawei is doing. But now, do you think Apple is beginning to sort of also appeal, like make a brand appeal to the masses to some extent?
I mean, I don't think they are doing that yet. Maybe they are taking a step towards that, but I still see them as being their own bosses in their own league. Because I mean, iPhone is iPhone. If you realize, if you buy an iPhone now, the resale value is much more than you'd buy an Android phone. So Apple is, in its own way, it's a standard. Like, it's a primary standard.
Yeah.
So I don't think they are following that trend. But for the iPhone SE 5G, it's a terrible device. It's actually a terrible device because one, it has a bad battery.
I honestly don't get the point.
Especially
I don't get the point of that device. Please don't be excited about it if you're watching. Don't take this advice from me. But like, it's somewhere.
It's just they're just releasing an iPhone 5S or something.
I feel like it's a whole
that.
PR stunt to crash the whole Samsung
'cause
S23.
it doesn't.
Because you know, when Samsung release a device, they do pre-order, and within a month's time, it's launch date, and that's just when Apple is throwing in this device. I don't know who would probably leave their 8S
I don't think it's even
Plus
and get
to go and buy
buy
this.
this.
Unless you are on a 4S or something.
Obviously, I'm
And
moving
it probably
from a
for the price as well.
It doesn't make sense. Like,
We are here for it. We are here for it. We are waiting. We're waiting. So let's talk about cryptocurrency. I've been seeing a lot of crypto talk on Twitter, you know, especially on Twitter Spaces. We had MX24, we had ours last Friday. You know, I learned a lot. I had always had that fear because it's not stable. You know, that what if I invest and it crashes? You know, that kind of thing. Let me start with you, Desmond. Like, where do you see crypto by, let's say, October, November, December this year?
this year. So it depends on the crypto, basically. So somewhere like Bitcoin, I think since it's the oldest, it's more or less a bit stable than the others. So I think it will keep growing as more people venture into it. Because if you're into crypto for the first time, you've probably heard of Bitcoin. So that's something you'll be much more comfortable in.
I think people
associate.
I was going to say something. When you think noodles in Ghana, you think Indomie.
Yeah,
so people think
crypto
like
is
crypto
Bitcoin.
is Bitcoin, but
So
it's just one of
the.
Okay.
So I think it will move forward, but for new emerging crypto, I think they'll have a much more tough time because what if it happened before? Some people created a crypto, you invest in it, later they put a plug, your money is gone. So what are you going to do about that? So it's better to invest in a much more recognized one than.
But is the value the same? Like, let's say buying crypto, buying Bitcoin, because we know, okay, it's safer, it's more stable. But do you get the same value as maybe a Binance or like a new one? I mean, you guys know all the new ones. Do you think you will get the same leverage?
So Bitcoin is cryptocurrency in its own space. So it's like the mother of all cryptocurrencies now. So obviously, if you're buying an altcoin, which is a different coin apart from Bitcoin, you're not going to get the same value yet. The only cryptocurrency that matches up to Bitcoin now is Ethereum. And even with that, it's there's a big gap between them. So with Bitcoin, it's in its own league, and no one can challenge it yet until Ethereum, except for the fact that, you know, the volatility or the fact that it can fluctuate is making it, you know, shake a little bit and all that. But my mother was original painting.
If you just tuned in, you're watching Tech Today right here on MX24. As I said earlier, don't forget to join the conversation on all our social media platforms at MX24GA. Do follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can stream, you can watch, playback all the shows, and also join the conversation with the hashtag Tech Today. So let me just take you back a little. We are expecting iPhone 14 definitely at some point, you know, in Q3, Q4 next year. But then Samsung is definitely going to release Z Fold as well, 4. Do you see Apple at some point venturing into foldable devices?
Yes, they would have to eventually, because if every or most popular brands are already venturing into it, from Samsung, Oppo, Huawei, if you want to capitalize on the marketing, whatever, you'd have to create something similar to that, because as iPhone users, we want something new too.
That's the thing.
So
That's the thing. We always
probably they'll listen to us and create something. But I'm wondering, how will it actually look? Because that's the point.
No, okay, I wouldn't say foldable, maybe flip, because Apple sell lifestyle. So they will probably not go for the foldable productive design, but more like a flex, because Z Flip is selling that. And a lot of ladies, I've seen quite a couple of people using, because it looks like a makeup pouch, that kind of thing. Maybe if Apple ever decided to venture, maybe they are going to go for the flip kind of design. But the question comes back, how is it going to look like?
Would they do a glass back? Would they have a glass back?
There's been some.
I think they would.
Yeah, there have been.
Would there be a hinge? That's the question.
Some renders online people are making and all that.
That's another thing.
Apple is
just a curious. I'm wondering. The flips, the normal ones, they have what they call it, creases on it when you flip. Will Apple, because Apple, this is how Apple works. They sit down, they analyze how things are already existing. So if a phone is doing this, they sit down, they try to perfect it before they release it.
Exactly.
So I'm wondering, would they perfect the
should,
flaws of
obviously.
the phones?
That's why they are trademarked as one of the most reliable devices too. Obviously, they'll come out with a very perfected device.
Like they do their research on what already exists and then build
clean the potholes and everything involved.
But what do you expect in iPhone 14 this year? Just randomly off the top of your head, what do you expect with the current specs packed in iPhone 13?
So the iPhone cameras mostly come with the default 12 megapixel lens.
Yeah.
So this year it's rumored to come with a 48 megapixel lens.
That's right.
But if that's going to happen, then that is going to take charge of the camera or the photography department, especially with smartphones. Because even with the miracles that 12 megapixels are doing, we are seeing a lot. But this is a rumor, and with some added information being the fact that the 48 megapixels would be something related to software. I'm not really sure. So maybe your camera will be at 12 megapixels, but it could upscale to 48 megapixels. So that is one thing I'm expecting. Obviously, iOS 16, probably some new improvements.
Why are we now 15.3 or
15.4?
Yeah, and recently there was the news that Apple is going to allow, the government in the US has stated a bill to allow Apple users to sideload applications now.
Yeah.
So more like Android downloading APKs from third-party stores. So we'll be seeing that anytime, maybe when the iPhone 14 comes out. So probably
launch it with that.
And no notch. I mean, the fact that they are not going to add a notch.
I don't know why they put the notch in the MacBook.
Because the cameras are not. There's nothing like the.
What was that for?
That's for trademark.
What was that for?
Trademark.
I heard later there was an update. I think they were going to remove it, or
they can't remove it.
Don't take it. Once they brought it like that, it's
so if they would have to do that this year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They have a chance. I pray they take the chance. It's very ugly. No, honestly,
people love it. People love it.
How do you love it?
Some people love it.
How do you see the notch on a laptop and love it?
I don't get it. How do you have a notch on a laptop?
Trademark.
It doesn't make sense.
Trademark
something.
Yeah.
But that's also one thing I like about Apple. They are very bold.
Yeah.
They create things that people will talk about positively or negatively, but eventually you're going to go with the flow.
Exactly.
Because if you want a MacBook, you will
buy that one. Yeah.
That's the one thing about it. I feel like the latter part of the year is going to be very competitive, because you take iPhone 13, you take the Z. I know Z Fold is going to be a game changer for some reason. I just feel it.
It's completely different.
I just feel it. But do you feel a lot of Samsung users migrating from S to Z Fold to get that complete productivity feeling because of the S Pen? Do you see that happening?
So, like we have the Ultra now, the S22. You'll definitely have the S Pen. For someone like me, I'm very curious. I like tech that does not look like the normal one. So the fold, the flip, is something exciting. Yeah. So if you're someone like me and you can afford it, definitely I see them actually switching from there to here.
So then you would leave S totally?
Yes.
This is a little bit bulky for people like us who are always on the go. You just drop your phones anyhow.
You see, for the fold especially, you open it, you have a tablet.
Yeah.
I need a tablet basically.
So extra screen size?
Extra screen size. I can watch more movies. For me, that's something I actually like to use. If I'm sticking to the S line, that is, I can't do anything with the screen. I can't move it. I can't do anything. It's not really exciting to me. S23 will probably have the same form factor, same. So yeah, the Z Flip, Z Fold, innovative for me, and I want to actually try it. So if you're someone like me and you have the money, you definitely try get your hands on it. Yeah.
Are you a fan of wearables?
Yeah, very, very, very.
What's your favorite?
The Apple Watch.
The Apple Watch.
It's surprising. It's surprising. Wait. No. That's supposed to be a mistake. It's not the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch. To say that before. So to be very honest, I like. There's the Halo. I think the Halo GT. I've forgotten the actual name, but that's one watch I'm a very big fan of. I like Samsung watches too. The watch. I think we're having the Watch 4 this year, right?
Yeah.
But then I love the Apple Watch too. It's cool. To be very honest, it's a cool device.
I think he's. Which one are you wearing?
You see, everyone think I'm going for an Apple Watch or Samsung watch, but it's a Huawei watch fit.
But that design comes very close to Apple.
Yes, but it's actually good. I never expected this.
So they are tricking you to buy it, thinking.
You see, the Apple Watch is a bit bulkier for me.
Okay. Actually, that's one reason why I've never used it.
Yes, it's a bit bulkier for me. This one is like half of it. So this is actually good. This is something I actually really like. I bought it like last.
Waterproof,
everything. Updates come almost every other month.
That's cool.
They bring new features. So I think yesterday I updated it. They gave me a new feature like I think adding a password or something to it, and blood oxygen level too. So Huawei, this one is my favorite actually.
Funny enough, it's very affordable too.
Yeah, I love the Samsung watch because of the design. Because this looks like an actual watch, right? I don't like the. This might sound funny, but you go for weddings. Someone is wearing like a gown with an Apple Watch. I'm like,
really? Apple Watch and the strap, the gym strap.
Right, with the gym strap. And like, maybe we are high volume, high end tech consumers, so we mind. But some people also don't mind. But you know, Apple sell a lifestyle. You know, so I just want to stay on the foldable devices a little bit more. If you had a chance to choose between, let's say, a Z Fold 4 and Pixel 7 will come this year, most likely. they are like Kanye West. Just release as and when. They release it as and when. But if you had the chance to choose, let me give you 3 options.
Okay.
So between Z Fold 4, we don't know what's coming with yet. But between Z Fold 4, between a Pixel 7 Pro, and an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Which one would you go for?
This is hard. Obviously, the iPhone is out.
You don't want it?
I'm not going for the iPhone.
Reason? Before we go on.
I won't go for the iPhone because I'm kind of.
You're biased.
I'm not biased. No. See, I'm not biased. I just love Android devices. There's no bias here. I would use iPhone as to when when I need it, but I won't prefer it to an Android device exactly because I'm limited. Unless maybe they bring that side loading thing there, then I'll find. But preferably, I think I'd go for the Z Fold. I look at productivity more. Okay, even though I love taking pictures and all that, the Pixel 7 would occupy that space. But I'd go for the Fold because I can see productivity, a wider screen. I care about screen a lot. Obviously, it will come with a higher pixel density than the Pixel 7. Because I think the Z Fold has like 1,200 nits of peak brightness. I don't know. So obviously that would be better, and I care about those things a lot. So I'll look at productivity, the way the screen is, how big it is, and how I can expand it to get my stuff done easily, and some other stuff that I find very interesting, especially with Samsung devices. And I'm hooked into the Samsung universe, so I prefer that to the Pixel 7 Pro.
I want to take the iPhone out because I know that's your default.
Oh, no, it will be my default will be iPhone.
See, he's always saying he's not iPhone.
That's very strange. He's
always saying he's not an iPhone guy. But what is his daily driver? No, he has 2 iPhones. No. When you say he's not an iPhone guy,
I have 2 iPhones. And how many Androids?
How many Androids?
Which one are you using?
No, but wait. Okay, so let me just include the iPhone. Okay, so the same options. You have Z Fold 4, you have iPhone 14 Pro Max, and a Google Pixel 7 Pro.
Honestly, the iPhone will be out.
Okay,
I'll go for the Google Pixel. Okay. Why? Because I really admire them because when they started the Pro Pixel line, they had a single camera and they were creating miracles with it.
Crazy.
In terms of software, they had a raw form of Android. Literally Android. So I think if I want to use a purely Android device, that would be my go-to device because it's Google. They created the thing. They do the things well on it. I know the cameras too are great for pictures. In my opinion, they're the best cameras for pictures.
For me too.
For pictures. Yeah, the ones.
Rust it.
This
Crazy.
rust it, yeah. So I'll go for that one.
Yeah.
If the iPhone, after that, then maybe the iPhone, then...
So the Samsung is obviously going to be the last option for you.
Yes, it will be the last one.
But I thought you wanted a bigger screen.
Yes, but you see, some things like overtake my needs at that moment. So I just want to try out the Pixel. iPhones, I know the cameras are always great. I shoot a lot of videos too, and they do phenomenally well in the videos. So I'll go for that. The Flip and the Fold is more of a how do I say it?
Lifestyle.
Not
Like
a
an
lifestyle.
add-on.
It's like a child. You're watching Power Rangers. You're watching those
Transforming stuff.
and those things. They are more like my more techie side of it.
Nerdy.
Like nerdy kind of a hand. So that would be more for me.
Yeah.
But
So
practically,
we have the 7, we have the Pixel 7 Pro, we have the
iPhone
iPhone 14,
then the
Pro Max,
Pro Max.
and then have you been impressed with Android 12 so far?
Yeah, I really love how it's going.
What's like
so
your
far.
favorite?
So I mean mine came combined with the One UI 4.0. So my first favorite feature is Material U.
You know, I saw him complaining on Twitter about his updates.
It still hasn't come. It still hasn't come.
That is the last person that gets updates.
Yeah,
I updated my phone like.
yes, my Android 12 hasn't come from my A72.
Which one is the A72?
Yes,
okay,
but the S21.
I am on a Note 20 Ultra.
Yeah.
I got it, I think, early January or late December or so.
Yeah, because my A72 has still not gotten the update yet. But the S21, what I'm talking about was my experience with the S21. So the charging animation looks cool now. Material U, which allows you to customize your wallpaper to make it look like you're theming everything, and then the phone with the icons and then the notification toggles. And then there was one additional feature that lets you know what is going on within your phone. Like it alerts you if maybe you turn on your camera. There's a small indication that pops up on the top right corner of the device to show you that this is what it's using now. So that one's a very nifty feature because if somebody breaks into your phone and you
you know I like it.
So basically those are some of my features related to One UI.
Guys, this has been one interesting episode, and I've gotten to also learn more than I even knew before this episode also soon. I mean, this is the first episode of season 2, so we'll have so much more for you. Obviously, Samsung are releasing their Galaxy S22 series tomorrow, and I'll be here to review, discuss. I mean, we'll be here to talk about it, obviously. I don't know if we should bench him from the Samsung
he didn't choose Samsung.
Yes.
My
So
brother.
we'll just bench him. Hello guys, my name is Eddie Kumsin, and I've been your host for today. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at MX24GH, and you can play this back on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page as well. Good night.